junior year, so I got into Colombia with QuestBridge, and QuestBridge has a QuestBridge Prep Scholars, which you apply to junior year. I did that with SEO because SEO had let me know about the program. They do these things where like they nominate people for different like opportunity programs. Like for college, there's Posse, there is QuestBridge, the ones that I know the most. And there's like different scholarships too that you get nominated for, which is the Gilman, I forget, Gilman. I will put the link to that scholarship. It's like for college applications below because I don't remember. So like I think I was nominated for QuestBridge Scholars, but I found out about it some way. And you will apply and like write essays, and it's basically like a mini personal statement during I think either fall of junior year that you apply to, and then you get your acceptance spring of junior year. And they also give you opportunities to do a summer program. So after junior year, there was like, that's where I found out about Yale Scholars and some other really really cool programs that they would fully fund you for. So if you don't have SEO, this is definitely a really cool program to do, to apply for, because you would get the opportunity. You would have to submit other supplementals for that program, because it is like a normal, like it's also competitive, but you could definitely do that, and you would get the fact that you are QuestBridge Scholars just looks better for you when you're applying for those programs. So definitely recommend that. And you also get a head start on what your personal statement could look like, which is what the same thing I wrote for QuestBridge Scholars. I continued it for my QuestBridge application to like match with any like with the university my senior year. So I definitely recommend that program, and I will also link that below and like the dates of when you're the deadlines and everything. That was an awesome program. And then after boot camp, you go back senior year, and the Saturday classes are a lot less frequent. Spring senior year, but fall senior year, you're usually in the office just writing supplementals, writing your essays, getting feedback. You get assigned a writing instructor. They help you improve your personal statements, come up with ideas, and they give you a lot of feedback that you should definitely pay attention to. If you're going through senior year, definitely pay attention to those. They're very helpful. I don't know what I could have done without them. And to that senior year, I was applying to QuestBridge, like I said before. A little bit more about QuestBridge. QuestBridge is a California-based nonprofit which works to connect lower-income students with opportunities for affordable higher education. For qualifying students, the QuestBridge College Match Scholarship offers the chance to attend a top college for free. Match scholarship recipients are granted early admission with a full 4-year scholarship to one of the QuestBridge college partners. Which I told you, QuestBridge does not give you the scholarship. They just grant the school will give you, the school that you match to will give you the full ride. Some college partners include Rice, Yale, Columbia, Dartmouth, Stanford, MIT, Cornell, and over 35 others. And the scholarship is just one part of the financial aid package provided by college, covering the full cost of attendance, including tuition fees, room and board, books and supplies, and travel expenses. An added bonus, unlike many typical financial aid packages, college match scholarships have no required parental contribution or student loans. Yes, 0 contribution from you. Something they don't tell you though in college is that your student contribution increases over the years. Because I personally have to contribute $3,000 to next year. I'm supposed to be, but because I was matched into I got into ASP, which is Academic Success Program, that is, the amount is lessened for me. But yes, that's QuestBridge. And then the other scholarship that you usually apply to, this is an upcoming scholarship. Like, it's gonna open July 15th. The deadline is September 15th, so you have 2 months to do it. Submit it early as possible. A tip for SEO Scholars applications is that there are 2 deadlines. The early deadline, which is like by November, and the later deadline, submit the early deadline. Like, just try to make it happen so that it shows that you care about it and that you started early and that you really wanted to get into this program. Yes, I think do that for everything that you try to apply to. If you can, do the earlier deadline. They get scholarships, link below. Use the personal statement. You have to submit by September, like the end of September. I remember for me it was September 27th. So I had submitted that really early. Okay, there's a picture that I can show here for QuestBridge, which is definitely something you can pay attention to now, since it is your summer and you could start brainstorming for ideas. So yeah, you submit your application September, end of September. Here says September 29, and then you rank colleges. Like I think there's more than 50 now, because Cornell joined into the partners with QuestBridge, and so you can rank up to 12 colleges. I do not recommend that. That is a lot of supplements that you have to write in 2 weeks. So really, the ones that you feel like you could definitely go there, you will definitely love it there. So really, you have to do a lot of research
about those colleges that you're gonna rank.
Yeah, like I said, rank them, and by October 15th, it says here. I don't know if it was October 12th. It's probably earlier because it's been a while. And then the finalists are mentioned on October 21st. And finalists are the ones that have to start writing their supplements for all the colleges that they ranked. I think you get the opportunity to take out but not add colleges to the list. So if you don't want any of the ones that you research that you put, you can take them out, and then you would be only writing the supplements for the ones that you want to go to, and then you submit those by November 1st. That is 2 weeks. That is less than 2 weeks, and that's why I said that you really have to think about which ones you want to go to, which is a lot to do just by October, which is a lot earlier than other people, but it's worth it, because you do not worry about that during the spring semester of senior year, and you're done and you get a full ride, or hopefully most of it off. But you just have to work hard, and it really, really pays off. And there are a lot of people that didn't get finalists, but they still get to do this part of QuestBridge where you can do like a regular application process, which is you get to apply to the colleges again. The thing says not much. That's okay, and it is, like I said, because you get to review your admission opportunities, and you would get like follow-up steps maybe from the school, so you would reapply for those schools, or you will continue to apply to other schools outside of QuestBridge, which is going back to the teacher, Mr. Marks. I was still writing supplemental essays after I submitted by November 1st. So just like getting prepared, like I literally finished my supplementals for Johns Hopkins, Notre Dame, Dartmouth. Dartmouth is under QuestBridge, but I just wasn't sure about the school, so I didn't put it on QuestBridge. So I finished supplementals for that and for some other schools. But I literally finished those before I got my acceptance letter on December 1st. So yeah, I matched with Columbia on December 1st. It was great time. I obviously I had opened a school with my friends and my teacher, who like a few of my teachers that gave me the recommendation letters, and it was an unrealistic moment. I was already crying before I got accepted, because I was just like so scared. But yeah, I went to my teacher, Mr. Marks, and he was also just a ball of emotions. He was like congratulating me, and I was just very, very grateful, because it hadn't been without him. Yeah, things could go other way. Like these people in starting from middle school and SEO and high school just have been great resources and help, and I'm beyond grateful to all of them. Miss Leeson, Mr. Marks, everyone, my coach, my soccer coach at school, and my history teacher at the same time, Mr. Frank. They're just a ball of support, and yeah. So my friends too. Yeah. I think that's another thing that I definitely recommend is just always being grateful, despite the fact that I know people that didn't get matched or finalists. They're going to great schools. I know one of my friends is going to Barnard, and just Chicago University and still other great schools. Like QuestBridge is not the only way. And if it's not the way, like what suits you, you still could try to get a full ride. You will still get a full ride if you argue for it without QuestBridge. QuestBridge does guarantee full ride when you get matched, because when you apply to QuestBridge, you're below a low income status. So they're like, the people that are applying to this. So it's like the people applying to these schools through QuestBridge is because they are bound to get a full ride. So yeah. But so a misconception that people got from QuestBridge is that they give you the money, and that is not the case. QuestBridge is a great resource. Like, they have a big community, an alumni community that they send Zoom meetings to. Like, you can talk to these people from QuestBridge, and but they do not give the money to the school, like for the school. It's like, it is just a label. It's like I'm a QuestBridge match, I get a full ride because the fact that I was able to apply through QuestBridge, because there's income requirement. Like, you have to be below an income requirement depending on the family size to be able to apply. And the same income limitation is the one that guarantees that you'll get a full ride. It's a lot more complicated. If you have more questions, you can put it in the comment, and I can definitely answer or make another video if it's a lot of questions related to the same thing. But yes, that's QuestBridge. So yeah, December 1st or later on you will be applying to schools. You get matched with QuestBridge. After December 1st, you don't really have to worry about anything. December 1st is really early. Like, even early action does not come out until the mid of December. So I didn't get my letter specifically from Columbia until December 14th. But you are obviously already in by December 1st, if that's what QuestBridge said. So yeah, the other route is the regular applications. So one thing about the regular applications with QuestBridge is that you cannot modify your supplements, but you can resend them for another opportunity for them to check and for them to decide if you were accepted to the school. So just like, don't give up, and just think about it throughout. Think about all those colleges throughout that because you're gonna spend your time writing about it. Also, the great thing about the high school that I went to is that during senior year, I joined the Mr. Marks, that's his name. He's an English teacher, and his class is like a special English class, and he also helps you a lot with these essays. He also was like a big resource for my essays and supplementals, because some of his assignments are writing the supplements for the different colleges, and so he would help me write this like different supplements like earlier than it was announced, for like if I was a finalist. So I had to start it a little earlier because I had ranked like 6 colleges. So you get 2 weeks. It's like the estimate amount of time that you get to write those supplements, and you would have to wait until December 1st to see if you were matched. So during senior year, I started working, and I did the New York Public Library Team Reading Ambassadors. I suggest you start looking for the dates by December of your junior year. I know it's kind of early because it's a job that I took in senior year, but I feel like you should start looking at it like half a year before you are supposed to start, because they're not very specific about when the deadline is. So with them, I just like tutor like little kids in the library. It was something that I was interested in just because, like I said, I like reading, and I wanted to see what it was like, what it was like working at the library. But it's also just great for the extra cash, and it's not very high demand. He was teaching little kids, and just playing with them or helping them with their homework, and I did that 2 times a week. Fall of senior year, I was taking AP Computer Science Principles A, and I had an awesome teacher for that class. His name is Mr. Malin, and he was also sharing different opportunities in tech in the Google Classroom. And that's where I came across American. No, and that's when I came across. Uh, and that's when I came across Amazon Future Engineers. So you would have to write different. I think there were 3 to 4 prompts for the scholarship. So I also asked SEO to help me with that, which is, I'm telling you, it's great. You do this from, like, they can help you with anything that you ask them, because that's what they're there for. So I asked my writing instructor to help me with this essays. I also asked a few other people to have faster feedback. But I do not recommend that you ask a lot of people. I feel like 2 or 3 people on the same, like, that's like, I feel like it's a max to ask, because I feel like then you just get so many feedback and then you're overwhelmed and then you don't know what to do. So I asked them to help me. I forget who it was, but I love you truly. And they helped me with those 4, with the 4 prompts for the Amazon Junior Scholarship, which they mentioned there was an internship coming with it, but you don't really process that when you're applying, when you're just going to college. I was just like, this scholarship is awesome. It's like a $40,000 scholarship that spreads throughout all 4 years, so you get $10,000 every year. So I applied for it, and then I asked Mr. Rollin, because it is a tech scholarship, to write my recommendation letter, and he was very happy to. And so we did that, and then that's how I got the scholarship. You got your answer late May, and so I got my answer, and I was so very grateful. And that's why I also added to my financial aid in college, because I had not owned a laptop before. So I bought a laptop with it, because I was coding. I was going in computer science major, so I would know I was going to be coding. So I had to buy a laptop of my own, and I did that. And yeah, so it would cover a lot of different things that I needed moving in, because you're going to have expenses on your own. And I personally did not want to burden my parents with it. They also, yeah. So I wanted to just fend for my own, fend for myself. And so that's why I applied to all these things. I also did Hispanic Futures College, HSF. I think that's what it is. Hispanic Scholarship Fund. That's like a $5,000 scholarship that you get, and it was also a great community for Hispanic people and for Hispanic students that were going into college. So I just want all this networking, and that's why I applied to all of it. There's also like a few questions. I think there's like a short prompt asking like, tell us who you are and your aspirations and what do you like to do. Also, let me know if you want me to share or go over any of my supplements or essays that I did, because I feel like this video is already long. So if you want me to make another one with all of my essays and email in supplements for any of these programs, just mention it below. So yeah, that's the Hispanic American Future Scholarship, American Future Engineers, Hispanic Scholarship Fund, and then there's the other one that I applied to but I didn't get, which I'm still forgetting. But yeah, I'll mention them all. And yeah, that was the other program. So I went into college with SEO. They give you change like the group of people that you're surrounded with. What I mean by that is like, you have a writing instructor during high school, like senior year, junior year, because you need people to give you like feedback on your essays. And then you also have an instructor that is in charge of a group of people. but in college you're given in this a mentor for college that will help you with anything that you feel like you need help with transitioning into college, whether that be family problems, whether that be finances that they can finance resources that they can give you, or any ways to time manage, or how to deal with classes, how to organize your classes, what classes to choose. You can go over all of that with them, and they are very, very helpful. My own mentor has been very, very nice and always asks me just how I'm doing and any ways that she can help me. I ask just of ways to deal with the time management, because I really struggle and with that during college. I was usually better in high school, managing my job, soccer, and school, but college is just different because nobody's checking that you go to school, and it's also not back to back. So that was really a struggle that I managed, that I was still learning throughout all the freshman year, and she would help me a lot with that, and just writing down what I wanted to do, what kind of classes I wanted to take, and so she helped me with that. Also, the other great thing about SEO is that in college you are given, so you don't go to the weekday classes or Saturday classes, obviously, but there's different meetings for either networking tips or mock interviews to practice, or basically different small conventions of people of different companies coming to talk, especially when you get closer to the summer, during the spring of freshman year. A lot of companies would come here and talk, and you could interact with them, ask them different questions, and I think there was also just not companies, but also just alumni, SEO alumni, already working in big companies, whether it be finance, technology, or a lot of different categories, and they would come, and then you could go and ask questions, and for those you would get a stipend, and that was also the great thing about it. It's the motivation to go, the incentive to go to those classes was that stipend, and we all need an extra cash to be in college and just hang out. So you would be given stipends to go to these classes, and you would get networking, and you will also get money. So that's also the great thing. Two other resources that I forgot to mention about SEO is that in my high school is that in SEO gives you a laptop that you can own literally all throughout 8 years. If anything goes bad with it or the charger, you can go in and then get it changed. And yeah, just ask them, and then if you obviously try to take care of it because it's not yours. But I didn't personally. I took care of it. There was just some problems with mine, and I would just go in and then tell them that it was glitching or something, and they would try to change it, and yeah. And so they give you that. And then also in my high school they also gave you another laptop, which is I already had my own from SEO, but that's also something great that you can get from high school for environmental studies, is that you get a laptop. I low-key don't know if they still do that right now. They probably do. I would ask and clarify that in below. But yes, they give you that too. So I hadn't owned, like I said, a laptop for my own throughout high school because I already had one from SEO, which was great. I just needed one. I just could afford one now for college, so that's what I did. So yeah, that's SEO in a big, huge bubble, and all throughout the different timelines in my life. And yeah, I don't think I am forgetting anything. There was, yeah, I had apply, and that's another resource that I can give y'all. I think that's all for this video. Any questions at any point in any of the subjects or programs that I talked about, or any information or essays that you want me to go over, please let me know below. I'd love to share more in any way that I can. This is all that I have for now, but I hope you guys take advantage of all this, and at different stages that you are, it is possible. No matter the what is it called? The immigration status that you're in. Don't say that's because you're poor or because of this. Like, there are resources for all of this. SEO is the big one that introduced me to a lot of them, and I recommend if you're already in freshman year or you're going to your freshman year, do this program, and they will basically do the same thing I just did, but better and more in detail. And yeah, but in any way that you want me to answer any questions or any specific resources, I can definitely find out and then just share them. But yes, thank you guys. If you stayed for this long, thank you so much, and share with anyone else, any of your friends that you feel like in ages, if they're younger than you, if they're older than you, just share any of the resources in this video for the matter. But yeah, have an awesome day. And an awesome quote that stuck with me, which is one of my friends shared it in our graduation: shoot for the moon, because even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. And that is very, very true. So do that. Dream big. If you're not scared of your dreams, you are not dreaming big enough. And everything that you want to accomplish, it is possible, because you will find a way. You will take advantage of all the resources that I put here, or any of one of the resources that you feel is tailored to you. You will take advantage of it, and you will make it happen. Because help, it is out there. SEO, QuestBridge, all these programs are out there to help you. But you just have to apply and do all this, and traveling too. And yeah, I think that's all. It's a very long goodbye. But yes, guys, comment anything. Have an awesome day. Be safe, and God bless you all. So bye.